Tom Jordan Long here, or Jordan Mulan Long, because that's my full name. And today I'm going to talk about, you know, this thing that, tends to happen. Well, it's not really anything bad, but it tends to go like this. Oh, yeah, it's about fair work, fight ownership. Double edged sword. So you think that your work meets all the oversight? Yeah, I think it meets fair work. Well, I can tell you it does not. You, or I can still say it doesn't. That fair work is a double edged sword. And now I want you to take that work down before we have to get into a law bind over it. Yeah, but I thought I did everything to meet oversight. No, you did not. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. You could do all the work you want to do, but still not going to meet, fair work. So at the end of the day, I win, you lose. Unless you want to make a lawful bind out of it and hope that some deeder out there looks at the work and hopes they say you make fair work. But there'll be so many lawyer fees and so much other things you'll have to do before you even get there that it probably won't be worth fighting it. You're right. I'm not going to put up a fight. I'm going to take it down. I don't want to get in a lawful bind over any of this work. Good. So there's this I guess you would say offshoot from ownership law known as fair work. And fair work means that as long as you have made many shifts to the work, as long as it was either scathing, making scathing, shaming, or shifting the work up in some kind of way where giving your thoughts on it, as long as you were making enough shift to the work to shift it so it no longer was that first work, but it's now a unlike kind of work. If you do all that stuff, then it will be seen as fair work. But here's a little downside to this. A lot of folks seem to think that if it's seen as fair work, then everyone will see it as fair work. No, not everyone out there will see it as fair work. You can still have your fair work dared. You can still get in a law bind with someone out there who says, I don't think it's fair work. Because fair work is a thought and belief. It's no truth to it. So you can get yourself in a law bind, which many folks on YouTube and some out of YouTube get themselves into, where they get all mad because in their mind they think that they did enough to make their work be fair work, and whoever owns that work says no, you didn't. And yes, some of them do happen to go to a high deaver if they got enough gal to go through all of the lawyer fees and all the other stuff, dealing with their lawyers, to get to that time where they can have their work looked at by a high deaver and hope that he or she will see the work as fair work. And sometimes some folks win and sometimes some folks don't win. But I don't want to go for that shit, because fair work is a double-edged sword. Yeah, fair work's a double-edged sword. I don't want to be in it. I don't want to lose my good standing with ownership law. I don't want to go for all that. I can't afford to go through all that stuff. So I don't want to go through that. Good. Because at the end of the day, we hope that no one goes through any of that stuff. Because fair work might be a thing, but it's a thought and belief if that work meets fair work or not, and it can still be dared. Yeah, I don't want to go through that stuff. You know? So no, I could see that work is your work. And I'm not gonna go for that. No way, no how. I don't want to lose my good standing of ownership law. I don't want to have to, and if there comes a law bind, I don't want to have to go through and, you know, hire a lawyer or get one for free and then hope that one day I get in front of an elite of a high deeder out there, and he or she say, yes, your work meets fair work, or no, your work doesn't meet fair work. I don't want to go through all that. Well, that's good. Because a lot of folks out there don't want to go through it, and some do, and some don't. So you should always watch when you do fair work, because it is not going to shield you from getting in getting in an ownership bind or a law bind with someone. You got that right. So yeah, that's why I don't trust fair work. That's why I keep away from fair work. And that's why I don't do anything on here that would be fair work. Because fair work is a thought and belief. And who really wants to go through all of the things that one want to go through just so they could say, my work is seen as fair work. Because at the end of the day, a business is going to have a lot more gald, have more lawyers, and have more time to stretch it out before you even go to a high deaver for him or her to look at your work and say, yes, your work does meet fair work, or no, your work does not meet fair work. Some folks do. Some folks seem to think that everyone out there will see their work as fair work. Some will not. You know, and if someone out there does see their work as fair work, that's good. But there are so many others out there that do not see it that way. You know. So just let you know, my friend Avaris would never say that I would never say that my work was never fair work, and he was just standing in for someone who, would say that. All my work here is my own work. I'm not fair working off of anyone else's work, and I'm not stealing anyone else's work, so I would always be in good standing with ownership law and whatever the grounds of that would be. And I don't do anything on here that would be seen as fair work, so I could put myself in that kind of a bind that is a bind. So anyway, I will just say fair work's not worth it. At least to me, it's not. So anyway, it's all the time I got here. If you like this film, follow me over here at Jordan Mulan Long, or watch the last film I made over here. I'm Jordan Long, and I hope you like this film. Bye.